We all love hobnobs. We all love hobnobs. We all love hobnobs. We all love hobnobs. Come on. You're only here for the hobnobs. Here for the hobnobs. Oh my God. Hull City is sponsored by McVitie's. What? What on earth? Oh my God. As you can see, I've got a pack of McVitie's digestives in the background. Whenever I've got a McVitie's biscuit in, which is most of the time, I will just pop them there. You know what? I think we get some shirts out as well to match. I probably should have done this before the stream started, but oh well, it's not the point. We'll stick the away one there and the home one there. Ignore the facts that it's going to fall off the hanger. Sweet! Very nice. We've got our McVitie's biscuits and our 2 shirts. Oh wow. Yeah, that's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Have you seen City's TikTok announcement video for it as well? They've got Jaden Philogene, Scott Twine, James Furlong, Ryan Allsop, Greg Doherty, and Tyler Morton to read jokes off penguin wrappers. Is or is this not something we can all get behind? Is or is that some content that we all like just would? It's the content we want, but it's the content we never ever have asked for. Isn't that just brilliant? Cheers to that. And now the small matter of a game of football against Leeds United this time tomorrow. Oh, wow. Jaffa Cake Tigers. Will the West Stand be changing from the prawn sandwich stand to the tea and biscuit stand? Oh my God, this is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. Atmosphere vlogs, how we doing? How nice of McVitie's. Murat Ulka is worth, I think, I've seen this on Twitter, 83,900 Regan Slaters. So we've just got a bit of investment there, haven't we? Just a little bit of investment. Let's celebrate the new sponsorship by beating those with a set of hobnobs tomorrow. Never thought I'd hear Leeds United be described as a set of hobnobs, but Alex, I appreciate you bringing that into my life. Thank you. Evening, Ashley. City last minute limbs tomorrow. You love a few limbs, don't you, Ruben? How you doing, mate? Jensen, how are you? And yes, indeed, Leo, we do all hate Leeds, but don't forget my Darlow, James and Cooper cards tomorrow, mate. I'll get them from you at Plymouth. Solid. McVitie's! McVitie's. Now, it's the greatest sponsorship ever, is it not? Yes, he is worth billions. He is worth billions, mate. He is like the richest man in Turkey. And he owns McVitie's, does Murat Ülker, and he is now funding us through sponsorship. We had FS last year, and we've got McVitie's this year. That's a massive sponsorship. And it's not even a betting company. Love it. Absolutely love it. The Biscuits Bowl. The McVitie's MKM Stadium. The Hobnob Arena. The the Bourbon Ground. What? Oh God! What other? What McVitie's biscuits? What biscuits do McVitie's do? We are literally McVitie's Club Orange. Okay, it needs a bit of work. It's not quite orange. It's amber, but you know what I'm saying. Let's have a look at McVitie's website, shall we? Penguin Park. Yeah, man. Wow. What a sponsorship. What a sponsorship. Top. Absolutely top. And there's another one on the way. Baz Cooper says that this is the biggest deal since Adjan took charge. We've been in talks for a couple of months, and it's a 3-year deal. Baz says that this is a 3-year deal for training wear and back of shirt. Yeah. Baz also says a host of other local businesses have recently signed partnerships with the club, while Hull Live understands a major travel brand is also close to agreeing terms to become its sleeve sponsor. Speaking exclusively to Hull Live last month, Ilajella said his friend and business colleague had developed a keen interest in the Tigers. Murat is very interested in Hull City. He came to some games last season with our shirt on and he follows us. He's a very unique person, a very important person in Turkey. He's a very nice man and he loves his football. I see his interest in the club getting bigger and is very helpful for us. As a club, we are delighted to be entering a partnership with McVitie's, one of the most iconic brands in the country. Everyone at the club is really looking forward to working with McVitie's, and I am personally excited to see the fun and engaging ways we will bring this partnership to life. Oh my God. And we're going to get even more money because there's another travel brand coming. Yes, Ashley. Corendon. McVitie's and another brand. Plus, usually we have one on the back of the shorts as well, don't we? So we might have potentially another thing coming as well. Oh, we are rolling in it! Smashing. FS don't sponsor us anymore, sadly, so we won't get a deal like that, Jeff. Yeah. For FFP, massive. This is massive. If we keep selling out, right? If we keep selling out home games, getting 20,000 plus attendances every week, keep the Corendon deal, have this deal still going on for 3 years, and have another travel brand, we are going. We are going to be rolling in it. Keep selling out and all these sponsorship deals, that will give us so much more leeway in the transfer market because it's all incomings. And effectively, you can only spend what you make via FFP, profit and sustainability rules, whatever you want to call them. Effectively, you can only spend what you make. Adjan pumps as much money as he can in per season to allow the club to spend more. Adjan pumps in as much as he's allowed to pump in per season. think that's about 15 million. Steve Gibson at Middlesbrough does the same. But these big sponsorship brands are mad. These big sponsors just keep coming in, adds to that cash flow, keep selling out, adds to the cash flow. And if you only spend what you make, and we make loads, we'll still have to, sell a few players maybe, or not renew some contracts. But does this not feel good, chat? Oh yeah. Yorkshire tea and McVitie's at half time. Prediction for El Sacico tonight. They'll both find a way to lose. Guaranteed. They do gingerbread biscuits, yes. Owen, shut up, you liar. How you doing, mate? You all right? Rack Saki on a permanent. Maybe not. But in more positive news, Ozan Tufan, better, is in contention to return from injury for the Yorkshire Derby. Dokan Sinek is set to play some games for the under-21s in the coming weeks to help build up his fitness. Greg Doherty is closing in on a full return to training, but for now, remains unavailable for selection. Yeah. Nice. Read my comment about the gingerbread ground idea. I'm going to have to go on YouTube for this. My StreamYard won't let me see it. Give me a second. I think it's a hidden comment from me on StreamYard, to be fair. Gingerbread ground idea. Yeah, mate, I can't see it. I can't see your comment. Can't wait for a Jaffa Cake mascot. Oh, my God. Patch the Panda Mark II. Oh, wow. Tufan, I agree. I think we'll be on the bench. 2-1 City start. Christian Morton, Ozan on the bench. Yeah, mate, I can't see it. I can't see your comment. If we're renaming the ground to anything, the Circle Arena, tribute to the cricket circle, yeah. MKM have got it anyway, so we needn't worry. Spencer Ampadu injury massive. Same with 2 days extra rest, I would agree. Leo with Ampadu injured as well. That's so gutted for you. Because that's your... Because I haven't read about Ampadu before. That's the first I'm hearing of that. But Leo, if you're still watching, mate, that's both. Oh, dear. That's... It's not ideal, is it? Ampadu's getting assessed. He might play, might not. Okay. Still a little bit ropey for you, Leo, mate. Let me do a Google. Ampadu concern, according to Daniel Farker. This is from Leeds Live. Spence missing the game in South London. Liam Cooper returns to training this week. Ethan Ampadu picked up a knock during the final few minutes of Leeds' 3-0 win against Millwall. Yeah, he took a knock, but he's also a fighter, so I hope it's not too bad. I hope it's just a bruise and he'll be available. But now he's obviously a quick turnaround. So, yeah, that basically means they're assessing him. Yeah. Right then, Leo. Who else you painting, mate? I'll give you a call after this. Yeah, well, we need to stop playing out from the back. Do that and we'll be fine. 1-0 win tomorrow. What? So Liam's been working on a philosophy with the players for a year, and then we just abandon it and hope it works in one of the toughest games of the season. That's one of the games where you want your identity to fall back on. A year ago, or more give or take to the day, we lost 3-0 to Swansea away. And that game proved Shotta had no identity and just sent 11 players out on the pitch to play. We bring a manager in who's got a system. The players like it. The players clearly do well in it. But for the biggest game of our season to date, to what is, I will be honest, I hate to admit it, one of our cup finals this season, we abandoned the whole philosophy. Yeah, I don't really agree with you there, mate. I'm going to be honest. McVitie's bring Donkey. Oh, my God, brilliant. Oh, my God. Lewis Dunk. Get him in. Get him in. Am I seeing more censored chat messages? A certain Chelsea fan that wants Astrid wet wipe. Oh, God. Jack Hobbs. Another one. Oh, this is so great. Longman, man of the match for Millwall. Good. That's what we like. That's what we like. I don't know who young Kipper is. I don't know who. Am I going to... Oh, it's that guy. Oh, I know what you mean. Oh, my God. He's incredible. He's incredible, this young Kipper. I didn't know his name was young Kipper, but oh my God, what a legend. More good news. Bamford might be playing. Very good. Very good. He is shit. How many times do we get caught out on Friday playing once, and it didn't lead to a goal? Once. That's literally all I can think of. Is when Ingram played Seri into trouble, but it didn't even lead to a goal. Trust the process and trust in Rosenior. He knows what he's doing. There's a reason he's the manager and none of us are, right? Trust it. Trust it. Anyway, after 20 minutes of McVitie's and a little bit of team news, Ref Watch. The referee is Stephen Martin. 2 liners are Mark Dwyer and Matthew Smith. 4th official is Adam Herzeg. I think that's how you say that. That name does not ring a bell. If you're thinking referees. Come on, Mr. Watford. Stop lying to us. Oh, dear. Right. Stats taken from the Coventry game then. More shots, more on target, more possession. Those passes and that pass accuracy is mint. 21 fouls, 5 yellow cards. 7 fouls, 2 yellow cards. That doesn't really make sense, that. The goal for Coventry was so preventable, but Aaron Connolly saved the day. What a baller. Don't get the Ingram hate, to be honest. Yeah, me neither. People saying on Twitter bring Allsop in, right? But Yes, I'm going to wait and judge a player when I've seen them in black and amber, or in Allsop's case, pink or green first. But, right, Cardiff fans say he's not a very good keeper in terms of shot stopping. But Rosinha says his distribution is mint. But would you rather have Ingram, who is a very, very decent goalkeeper, but he's better at playing out from the back than he was. He's still not totally complete, don't get me wrong, but he's still decent at it. He's not a total liability. He doesn't give the ball away every time. But would you rather have someone who's a solid shot stopper and okay with their feet, or would you rather have someone who Cardiff fans say is dreadful with his hands, but is mint at shot stopping? If you want the second, right, let's put Seri in goal. Because at least that solves the problem of getting Seri, Slater and Tyler Morton into this team all at once, right? Ingram is not a bad keeper. I don't understand why people don't see this. I don't understand. But I will reserve judgment on Allsop until I've seen him actually play for Hull City, which he hasn't done yet. You do right waiting to judge until he's played. Connolly, Tufan and Delap were all slagged off by their old clubs. Exactly right. Watford said Tufan was dreadful and now he's class. Delap was slagged off by both Stoke and Preston fans and we adore him. And Connolly, everywhere he went in the Championship, fans hated him. But he comes to us and sometimes you just need the right environment to thrive. That's happened with Ozan Tufan. That's happening with Liam Delap. That's happened with Aaron Connolly. Trust it, man. Trust it. Trust it. Back Liam. Back Liam. Trust in what he's doing. Anyway, Leeds. Caldalo, second choice. Just saying. Melia still their number one. Luke Ayling will be playing at right back. Philogene's going to tear him a new arsehole and it's going to be great. But it's still a good team in it, the rest, you know. Charlie Creswell was good for Millwall last season. Joe Roden's come in. Pascal Strout's not too bad. Jed Spence injured, of course. Glenn Camera. To quote that Millwall fan from that video, by the way, if you haven't yet seen the video of Leeds players getting off the coach at Millwall on Sunday, it's on Twitter. It's the greatest video of all mankind. To quote that Millwall fan who was complimenting Camera, that's Camera. He used to play for Rangers. Yeah, he was good, him. Before then shouting, all right, Melia, useless. See you next Tuesday. What a video. That is an incredible video. There's no other way of putting it. That was a brilliant video. Dan James, former Tiger, of course. Archie Gray is a good young player. Ian Poveda got told by those Millwall fans he was small and looked about 12 years old. Joe Perreault got called. Joe Perreault got called a fat "see you next Tuesday" by Millwall fans. Patrick Bamford, Leo said could be fit. Rutter's a good player. Nonto's a good player. Now he's actually wanting to play for Leeds again. It's a great team, and Daniel Farker seems to have got them playing a little bit now. And they are slowly creeping up the table, and we'll look at that in just a moment after we've looked at their form. Allsop in, mate. Come on, he would make some difference to our attack. Ingram can't get the ball out fast at all. It hampers our attacking threat on the counter when he takes too long and boots it out. But what's to say necessarily Allsop will be any better than that? Because maybe that's what Rosinha wants them to do. Don't just see and go. Stop for a minute and think about what you're doing. Don't just surrender possession. Just a thought. All that talk to get wiped 3-0. Yeah, that was interesting, wasn't it? How you doing, Caelan? All right, mate. Right, let's have a look at the form of these two sides then. So, for us, we'll start with us this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unbeaten in our last 5. The win against Sheffield Wednesday, the win against Blackburn away, the win against Leicester away, those two split by a draw against Bristol City at home, and then last time out on Friday, 1-1 against Coventry. And for Leeds, 2-4-5, 1-1 against West. See, this is after they've picked up. So they got a draw against West Brom, beat Ipswich, lost to Salford on penalties in the cup, but don't really count, does it? Then drew with Sheffield Wednesday, so that's a bit of hope, and then beat Millwall 3-0 at the weekend. So yeah, they're picking up. And if we look now at the league table, they are slowly creeping up there, but we are in 5th. Now, I know we're only 6 games in, but I wouldn't mind staying in 5th for the whole season, you know? I just wouldn't mind that. And then we've got El Shitico down there. Michael Duff at Swansea as well doesn't look too great at the minute. But, yeah. It's coming. Hopefully we can stay there. If Sheffield Wednesday can draw against Leeds, surely we can do something. Great point. We'll 100% be in and around the playoffs at least. I hope. Playoff final at Wembley 23-23. I think you mean 23-24. Because Allsop is quality at distributing, you don't get slower at passing the ball out on the counter than Ingram. Look, Ingram's not a bad keeper, Will. Ingram's not a bad keeper. We've conceded like 8 goals at home in 14 games. Yes, some were with Darlow in goal, sure. But Ingram's not a bad shot stopper either. And he's getting better. And we can say now he's okay at least. I'd push up to decent at playing out from the back. Next 3 managers to go for me are Neil Warnock, obviously, who's announced he's going. Xisco Munoz and Michael Carrick. Oh, wow. Speaking of which, in 45 seconds, El Shitico, whatever we're calling it. Oh, no, it's in 15 minutes. It's going to get underway. I might watch it. So, games tonight, Cardiff versus Coventry, Southampton versus Ipswich, QPR versus Swansea, Preston versus Birmingham, Bristol City versus Plymouth Argyle, all kicking off in 30 seconds. And then in 15 minutes, Sheffield Wednesday versus Middlesbrough. Tomorrow, 7:45 kickoffs are Blackburn versus Sunderland, Huddersfield versus Stoke, us versus Leeds, Millwall versus Rotherham, Watford versus West Brom, and at 8 o'clock, Norwich versus Leicester. That one will be a good game. That'll be a great watch. But as will Hull City versus Leeds. UCL football or El Shitico. I think I'll watch El Shitico, to be honest. Can't be bothered to sign in on various things and unplug stuff. Alex Neil. Who's Alex Neil even at now? I've lost track. That boy's been everywhere. Stoke. Of course. Stoke. Ozan might be in tomorrow, Jensen. Ingram takes too long to release the ball. I can see the argument, but have you not thought he's been told to do that, as Leo has said? Yeah. I'm not saying he's a bad keeper, but he just has very irritating and impactful flaws to his game, but also just because the sheepshagger says a rubbish shot. Yeah, exactly. That is what I've said. But and I said I will judge him when he plays for City. But based on what they've said, I won't judge his full game. Of course not. I won't see whether he's a good or bad keeper. But they've said he's not great at this certain element, which I think I'd rather have Ingram in to do and not have perfect distribution. Anyway, Gary Rowett, Zisco and Carrick for me next to go. I know the name Joe Shakespeare, definitely. I know that name. My attack, Twine, Philogene, Delap, Connolly. Where's Darlow on the bench tomorrow, definitely. Can't wait to see Philogene again. Jaden Philogene is incredible. He's absolutely incredible. Anyway, memorable match. Let's have a look. In between Christmas and New Year in 2018, 2-0, Jared Bowen brace. Lovely jubbly. Cannot go wrong. David Marshall was in goal that day. The back four was Todd Kane, Reece Burke, Jordi Device and Stephen Kingsley. Midfield three of Kevin Stewart, Marcus Henriksen, Andy Vandro, with Bowen on the right, Grzycki on the left, and Will Keane starting up front. The bench was George Long, the goalkeeper, Eric Lehigh, Noah Dicko, John Torral, Dan Batty, Robbie McKenzie, and Chris Martin, with Nigel Adkins as manager. Oh, wow, what a... Well in, Jared. Well in, Jared. And the last time we played these guys, we won on penalties in the Carabao Cup in our League One season, September 2020, 9-8 on penalties. Our team that day was Matt Ingram in goal, back four, Louis Coyle on debut against his old club. We'll come on to shared chats in a bit. Alfie Jones also on debut. Sean McLaughlin and Callum Elder. Midfield three of Batty, Honeyman and Doherty. Scott and Lewis Potter, the wingers, and Malik Wilkes up front against his former club, bagging a goal to give us the lead after just 5 minutes. On the bench that day, we had Harvey Cartwright, the goalkeeper, Josh Emanuel, Martin Samuelson, Thomas Mayer, Jacob Greaves, Billy Chadwick, and Callum Jones, with Grant McCann in charge. Robbie Gotts was a player we were close to signing that summer. Any more of note? They had the racist in goal. I think that's it. And just quickly, before we do shared shirts, where there are a lot to pick from, and I'll go over them in detail, what I can think of. We've got our record. So against Leeds, it don't look great, that. Won 16, lost 25. We've won half of our last 4, if that means anything. One of those been on pens. In normal time, we have only won one of our last 5, however. Losing 1-0 in October 2018. Then winning 2-0 in December 2018. Losing 2-0 in December 2019. Losing 4-0 last time we played them in league action in February 2020. And then 1-1 draw in normal time, but we ended up winning on penalties in the cup. Shed shirts. There are a lot that I could go for. Let's read some comments first. Because, sorry while I wipe my nose a bit. Hay fever in September / a bit of illness as well is not great. Morton shouldn't start, in my opinion. Decent call. He won't be fully fit, but then again, neither's Connolly and stuff like that. But he came on and did so well. Yeah, Philogene phenomenal. Philogene on the left, Delap on right, Traore as Cam. Twine's out of his depth out wide. I wouldn't drop Twine. I'd say Twine's better central. He was more involved and he just needs a goal. That's all he needs. He just needs a goal. I haven't had a chance to listen to that, but I will listen to it, definitely. Harry Vaughan, I hope Harry Vaughan gets on the pitch. I hope so. I hope. We beat Leeds with Will Keane up front. Yeah, we did. Billy Jean is mint, isn't he? He's great. James Scott, MW7, Twine's a 10. Twine's played on his wing all his life. Twine's not a winger. Yeah, Twine is not a winger. Let's just be clear. He is a 10. Twine was rubbish at free kicks on Friday. Yeah, but at least he's not scared to have a go. That's something. Yeah, well. Right. Shared shirts. We could have Louis Coyle. Could have Malik Wilkes. Currently playing for City, I believe. Coyle is the only one, I think. But in the past, currently playing for Leeds, Dan James, Liam Cooper, Carl Darlow, Robert Snodgrass in the past as well. Off the top of my head, can I think of any more? Abel Hernandez was a nearly. Abel Hernandez was a very nearly, but ended up turning them down to go and play for CSKA Moscow in Russia. Who else? Who else have we got before I reveal who we're actually... who we're actually on about. Michael Bridges. Cameron Stewart in midfield. Nick Barmby did. Eric Lehigh did as well, I think. Did Swanee? Did Peter Swan play for Leeds? Swanee did play for Leeds. But that's not who I've gone for. Yeah, Dan James came through our academy, mate. I'll show you a picture of Dan James in Hull City's academy. I'll show you a picture. That is Dan James in our academy in the 2013-14 season. He looks about 12. But yeah, Dan James was in our academy. Caleb Folan, Lee Peltier, Snodgrass we mentioned, but I've not picked any of them. I've gone for Alex Bruce. Why not? Played for Leeds from 2010 through to 2012. Only played 33 times for them, scoring once. Joined us when his dad Steve became manager. Was with us until the end of the 2016-17 season. 104 appearances, scored once. Should have been twice if he bagged in the FA Cup final after about 15 minutes. But nah. It's all right. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. Yeah, I did decide to pick an obscure one. I will be honest. Because I think Alex Bruce is one not many people will think of. So I thought, hey, why don't we do it? Why don't we go for it? Is Alex Bruce Steve Bruce's son? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Anyway, predicted team. Here we go. This is the good stuff. Liam Rosina in his 4-3-3 fluid, whatever system it is. Ingram in goal. Coyle at right back. Two centre halves, Jones and Greaves. Vinagre at left back. Central midfield of Seri Slater. On the right, Delap. On the, through the middle, Twine. On the left, Philogene. And up top, Aaron Connolly. Don't think he'll change the team around at all. On the bench, Allsop, McLaughlin, Tufan, Syed Manesh, Harry Vaughan, Tyler Morton, Jason Lakilo, James Fairlong, and Cyrus Christie. Solid team. Solid team. Solid team. Wilkes over anyone in the world. Wilkes all day long. Should have been Malik. Opinions on the McVitie's partnership. Caelan, just rewind to the first 20 minutes of the stream, mate. We spent the first 20 minutes talking about it non-stop, renaming stadiums and all sorts. Yeah, incredible. Right, I do think Twine will start. I don't think in the sort of state of mind Twine looked in from that Coventry game, you drop him. Because he's so close to that goal. And once he gets that goal, I can sense there's going to be a breakthrough for him. But it's just getting that first one. That first one will be so crucial for him. And once he gets it, it'll be sound. Once he gets it, it'll be sound. Yeah. I would keep him in. I think when he's looking for that goal and he's so close to it, don't drop him. You'll knock his confidence right to the floor. Christie over Coyle, but Joe loves Coyle, so we'll disagree that he was shit the other night. I do disagree that he was shit the other night. First half, the entire team struggled. And Vinagre coming off forced Coyle onto the other side where he did a very, very solid job. On his weak side, he did a very solid job. Christie came on and, yes, changed the game. But Coyle has had a phenomenal start to the season and did so well. I do think, actually, in terms of on paper, based on how much we've seen of them all, Christie and Vinagre are our strongest pair in either fullback. But I wouldn't drop Coyle. Not just yet. Not just yet. Will Leeds play... That was disgusting. Louis Binks should have been sent off for that, but yeah. Yeah. That was interesting, wasn't it? Liam Delap getting rodeoed. Weird. I reckon a Dharma over Twine, but not bothered about either. Quick run through combined 11. No, because I haven't prepared it. But, Jake, that's a great shout for a future segment. I'll write that down. We need Coyle's passion tomorrow. Yes, we do. Against his old club, he'll be fired up for that. He'll be so fired up for that. Keep him in. Keep him in. Keep him in. Yes, but will Leeds come up with us? And Delap getting stamped on picking the ball out there. Yeah, that was an interesting one. Why do people say Slater should have been booked for defending Delap? Well, when you look at it, he did shove him, which in and of itself is a booking. But, so I can see why they say it, but considering the circumstances, Louis Binks should have been sent off. Ollie, you just dislike the man for no other reason other than his name is Louis Coyle. Yeah. Slater is a workhorse. If Morton plays over him, I'm going to be livid. Yeah. Well, I'm so glad we've got these selection dilemmas now. I'm so happy. So happy with it. Anyway, Get your predicted scores in, everyone. And while you do that, I'm just going to turn my camera off while I blow my nose. Back in 2 secs. I so hate illness. I so hate it. Hearts 6-0 Leeds, Head 0-0, 3-0, 2-1, 2-2, 2-0 City, 2-1 to Savile. Right, I think 2-1 win for us. And can I just say, before we go, Ben mentions it there. It wasn't Ajun's post, it was Tan's post. But what Tan says about being respectful of what happened in Istanbul should speak volumes. That even though Leeds fans chant about Hillsborough and the Munich air disaster and things like that, just because we're owned by Turkish people doesn't mean we have the license to bring Turkish flags and target them at Leeds fans as well, to poke fun at what happened. No football fans, I don't care who you support, should ever leave to go to a football game and never come home. And Ashley makes a great point. The fact that a couple of idiots in the southeast corner, whilst there was clearly a minute's silence going on, walked out of the concourse shouting "You all" and ruined the end of the minute's silence is worrying. Is worrying. But please respect the wishes of Tan and obviously Ajun as well. What happened to Leeds fans in Istanbul in April year 2000 is a black mark on Turkey's international reputation and has such negative memories for Leeds fans as well. So I'm going to tell you all now, don't be dickheads. Refrain from the Turkish flags, looking specifically at you, Ollie, because I know what you're saying. And I'm going to tell Grandma to repeat what I've said as well, just so you listen. Don't be idiots. Be respectful. Refrain from the Turkish flags. That goes even more so. That goes even more so for the reverse fixture at Ellen Road, because that's on the anniversary of the incident itself. So that is something we need to be even more mindful of. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Just don't be idiots. As David said, don't be knobs. And just be respectful, because no football fan should ever go out to watch a game of football and never come home. Simple as that. Thank you for watching. Up the Tigers. Looking forward to tomorrow. And I'll see you all for the Matchday vlog. Goodbye.